do it, save it to your bookmarks, your favorites, so that you don't have to keep typing this in again. And I would put it in the toolbar, okay, because that makes it even easier so that when you come up, when you bring up your browser, you'll automatically see it in your bookmarks toolbar. Keep the mouse.
Sorry, am I a stalker here?
That's okay. Stalk away. Okay, now, this all looks pretty complicated. I'm not going to go into everything I went into this morning because I don't think it's necessary, because I'm always available for training, okay, especially when the first couple of 3 or 4 weeks of school is over. Okay, I'm available for training. So if you need to understand the fundamentals of this, I'll be more than happy to come, because I did an explanation this morning. I don't want to repeat that because it might even be redundant, unnecessary information for you at this point. However, should you be in a position to have to do bulk printing, these basic steps you can remember. You come down here to where it says cards, okay, on the left-hand side of the screen. You come over to where it says issue cards, and you click return, okay? Now, this particular function allows you to create a list of names based upon some common criteria, okay? Like for instance, maybe I want to know the names of all the girls who are in the 10th grade or something crazy like that, okay? So I can use this. What I want to do is I want to send cards to the ID card printer, which is that thing right there. So what I want a way to identify kids who have a picture but don't have a card. 2 parameters down here called photo status would be has photo, okay, and no card. Because once I've taken the pictures, okay, and especially if I'm up on my network, all right, within 10, 15 minutes, just about all the pictures that I've taken are now available on the main server, so I can log in, okay, and find those people who I took a picture of. Because right now, I'm just interested in the ones, they have a photo, because I took a photo, but they have no ID card because I never printed an ID card for them. Okay, everybody with me? Now, this probably ain't going to work. So what I'm probably going to have to do is go to my test school, and I apologize because there is no real data. The hard thing about training this time of the year is that there's no real data in there. So I'm going to see if I can do this. Anyone want to complete? No, I want you to leave me alone. Is what I want you to do. Okay, again, we come down to cards. Okay. Now bear with me because we've not taken any pictures, so I doubt that there's anyone in there who has a photo. It might be, but I'm just going to click it as if I was doing this the real way. So we might have to improvise a little bit for training purposes, okay? So now I'm going to click search now. I've chosen no, has photo, no card. So I want a picture of everybody. I want information of everybody who has a photo and no card. Okay, so what it's telling me is that these 200 and something students, okay, we have a picture of them, but they don't have an ID card. We never printed them. Because every time you print an ID card for a student, the system keeps track, okay, and it can tell you how many times you printed an ID card for a student. So it knows that none of these students have had an ID card. So we know that we want to print a card for all of them. So we come over here and simply say select all. And see, everybody should get a check mark in that column. You see that? Now that I've selected all my students who I want to take a picture of, up here it says issue cards for checked members only. I come up here and I hit go. Okay? Now what I do, it says this will issue cards for 100 students. How come I don't have 225 students? Okay, I got a problem here. This should have said 225 students. Because this is training and all of that, it ain't working. All right, so don't take this as gospel. It should say this will issue cards for 225 students. Instead of 100, yeah. Okay, I'm not sure why it only says 100, okay? What you would do next is just simply click issue cards, and I'm not going to do it because we know it's not going to send it to the printer, okay? You click here, issue cards. It is now going to send it to that printer key. No matter where you are in your local building, okay? You can be logged on right there at that station. You can be at your desk or wherever you're comfortable doing it. Once you click issue cards, it's now going to send those cards to the printer. Okay? But again, you're not doing this year, so it's not that critical, but I want you to get an idea of how to do it because next year you will be doing it. Okay? So is there any question about this?
Can you sort those students by homeroom or graduation?
Exactly, you certainly can. That's a good point. If you want to narrow this list even more, okay, because you really don't want to send more than, I would say, 20 to 35 cards to the printer at one time, because then it becomes hard for it to manage and it becomes difficult to look at it. So she raised a very good point. I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a little piece to minimize my list. Okay? I'm going to keep these same parameters here, has photo, no card. Only what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to homeroom, okay? And I'm going to pick a homeroom. That's going to give me a much smaller list, okay? Like when you're doing this for your school next year, you want to go by your freshman homerooms and put each one of those in there. That'll give you a much more. Now this list will be a lot smaller. See, only 9 records, okay? This is much easier to manage. Now I can send these 9 from this homeroom, okay? And plus, it makes it easier to manage. Now you're going homeroom by homeroom by homeroom, much easier to manage. One thing I want to bring up about this particular search list that I just showed you, I'm sorry. And this may or may not impact you depending upon how much you use the management site. Scholarchip does not use the concept of 90% success rate. It goes by graduation. So you need to know the graduation year of whatever particular grade it is that you happen to be interested in, okay? So like for instance, this year our 9th graders are graduation in 2015. Our seniors are graduating in 2012. Always say, at least remember those two, and it becomes easy to remember